Hello everyone. I just want to make this video to conclude the contest that I put on. The question that I asked was to guess my favorite 5 Robert Wyatt albums. So I'll show those in this video. And Robert Wyatt, to start off, a little bio of him. He was in a group called Soft Machine in the late 70s, or late 60s, early 70s that is. Also Matching Mole. These were 2 progressive rock bands from Canterbury in the UK. He put out several albums with these 2 bands that are really good prog rock albums. But then in 1973, he fell out of a 3-story window and became paralyzed from the waist down. And he was a drummer of the Soft Machine, so he couldn't play drums anymore like he used to. So he decided to focus on his vocals and keyboards and asked for help from a bunch of his musician friends on creating the solo albums that he's released since then. So since the 70s he's been releasing about 2 albums per decade, and I think they're all really great. He's become one of my favorite artists. So his music, his solo work, takes a lot of different influences from a lot of different styles of music, from jazz to ambient. Also, it's very poppy even. Really lush harmonies, lush melodies. Some kind of dreamy landscape sometimes too. So I love almost all of his stuff. And at number 5 of my top 5 albums from him, this is Dondestan Revisited. There are 2 versions of this album. There was the original Dondestan in 1991, and then this was released in 1997. I guess he was unhappy with the original version, so he changed the track listing and kind of altered some of the songs, but they're both very similar. So that's number 5. And then from 2003, this is Cuckooland. A double album here, one of his longest, and just really good, Robert Wyatt. And then from 2007, this was the first album that came out after I knew about him, so it was the first album that I heard as it was brand new. This is Comicopera, Domino Records. Really good, lots of more orchestra things here. He has strings here, and he even sings in Italian and Spanish, I believe, on some of these tracks. It's split into 3 sides, 4th side is etched. So that's Comicopera. And then from 1997, this is Shleep. This is actually the first album I heard from him, and I knew after hearing this album I had to find some more. Very, very dreamy, very lush, really good melodies. A fantastic album. And then my number 1 favorite Robert Wyatt album, it's gotta be Rock Bottom. Released in 1994, his first album after his accident. So this album is, as far as I'm concerned, this is a masterpiece of an album. I really vividly remember the first time I heard this. I was up late night working on an essay and decided to take a break and just give this album a try. And I was just completely captivated. I had to stop my homework, had to stop what I was doing. I was just completely captivated by this album. And, you know, after hearing this, I just went and got everything in his catalog I could find. It's only 6 tracks long, but each of the tracks are pretty long. It's very, very dreamy, very lush. The first song is Sea Song, second is A Last Straw, then Little Red Riding Hood Hit the Road, and Alfie, and Little Red Robin Hood Hit the Road. So this is just a fantastic album that I know people have a lot of different tastes, but as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm concerned, this is an album that everyone should hear at least. You know, maybe not necessarily own, but something I think almost everyone should hear. It's one of my favorites, easily in my top 10, probably albums of all time, so Rock Bottom is number 1. And again, just lots of the musicians that are featured on these albums include Brian Eno, Phil Manzanera, Fred Frith from Henry Cow, among others like Paul Weller. I mean, just an all-star cast of musicians that he features on these albums. So yeah, the prize that I had for the contest was a Mission of Burma album versus. So that's in the mail to 3 Creation, who won the contest. He guessed 4 out of 5 of them. He didn't include this one, but he guessed all of the rest, so he was the closest. And 3 Creation is a music reviewer on YouTube. He reviews albums and singles, not necessarily of vinyl, but just of music in general. So he has a good channel, check it out if you're interested. And Reckon Zentrum has been playing in the background, so thanks for watching. I hope maybe some of you learned a bit about Robert Wyatt, one of my favorite artists, through this contest. So thanks to everyone who entered, and congratulations to 3 Creation. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.